Alright, guys, we are here. Let's get into it today, man. We're actually getting towards the end of this. We are doing strategy creation today, so we're just gonna start putting all the tools that I've given you and start putting them together now. So, um, dang, bro. Whoever watches this series, yeah, man, you did it, gang. Alright, but let's get started. Okay, we are going to start off step by step. I'm gonna line this up. All right, so first thing we want to do is mark out our levels of liquidity. Actually, I want to make the head of this the strategy. Okay, so number one, what we want to do is mark out our levels of liquidity. So we want to mark out our 4-hour highs and lows, 1-hour highs and lows. You can do 15-minute, it's optional. 15-minute highs and lows, optional. Yeah. And you want to mark out session highs and lows. Okay, now there's 3 sessions. I don't know if I talked about this, but there's Asian session, there's London session, and then there's New York. So since we're trading New York, you'd want to mark out your Asian session highs and lows and London session highs and lows. For me, Asian session starts at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it goes all the way to about 12 o'clock. And then London session starts at 12 a.m. Standard Pacific Standard Time, and it kind of loops into New York trading session actually. So there's a slight overlap. I believe London session ends at 9 or 10:30 a.m. Uh, well, that would be Eastern Standard Time. So London session for me ends at around like 7:30 a.m. All right, so that's that. But since it overlaps, we're going to mark London session from market open of 6:30. Okay, so for me, I'm in Pacific Standard Time, so you would probably have to tailor this to wherever you're at. I mark out the highs and lows, significant, like the highest high and the highest, I mean, the lowest low from 12 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. because that would be considered London session. All right, and then for Asian session, it would be anywhere from 3 p.m. I want the lowest of the low, that would be Asian session low, and then the highest high all the way up to 12 a.m. because that's the cutoff into London. I want that highest high. Okay, boom. So now we got that. Number two, after we see our wait no, oops. Once we mark out our levels of liquidity, we want to see a sweep. So we'll say to wait for a sweep of highs or lows, preferably on the 4-hour. Preferably 1 hour. Yeah, preferably on the 4-hour and 1 hour. Now, once we see that, we see a liquidity sweep. Now we can be like, all right, it's almost that time, boy. It's almost that time. So now, number 3 is wait for a break of structure on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, this is very important, so keep this in mind. How do I do a star? Okay, bet. if the 4-hour and the 1-hour are in the same trend, then execute on the 5-minute. Okay. Okay, so for example, if the 4-hour and the 1-hour are both in a downtrend, now you can execute on the 5-minute, look for a specific entry on the 1-minute if it's that serious, but preferably for beginners, I say look at the 5-minute because it holds stronger structure. Okay, so this is what we want to see if the 4-hour and the 1-hour are in the same trend. And opposite, I said downtrend, if they're both in a downtrend, cool, execute on the 5-minute. If they're both in the uptrend, the 4-hour and the 1-hour, execute on the 5-minute. Okay, now where's my star? If the 4-hour trend is not the same as the 1-hour, execute on the 15-minute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if the 4-hour is bullish and the 1-hour is bearish, what is that telling us? That means, okay, overall we're bullish, but we are retracing, right? Because higher time frame is bullish, lower time frame bearish. What does that look like? Right? It looks like, let's draw this out. So we see boom. Pretend this is our 4-hour blue candle. This downtrend, right? These lower highs, lower lows would be a 1-hour. And then boom, if we execute, let's say we see a break of structure right here on the 15-minute, now we can enter here and then take profit at these longs and then, continue to go higher. Okay. Boom. All right. Gang, can we stop with the drawings? Okay, but ideally we want to see that break of structure. Now that we see that, what we want to wait for, right? Because this right here is the first step. These are the first two things that we need to see: liquidity sweep, break of structure. After that, everything after this that I'm about to show you as far as concepts is continuation confluence. Okay, so preferably we want to see fair value gap, I cannot type. Okay, we want to see fair value get filled. We want to see order blocks get filled. What else do we want to see? Equilibrium, okay. What else? SMT on the 5 through 15-minute. All right. So once we see price go into this or this, or this, right? Any one of these confluences, if we see buying or selling pressure out of it, enter. Simple. Step 6, take profit at previous, dang, I can't spell, previous highs or lows. Okay, this can be 4-hour highs or lows. This can be 1-hour highs or lows. And these would be our external draws on liquidity. 4 hour, 1 hour, these are external draws. Once you get to 15-minute, this is why I said this is optional. This is more so if you want to just take risk off the table, you can target 15-minute highs because these are low-hanging fruit. These are the obvious draws on liquidity. 15-minute highs and lows. Boom. And this right here is the base strategy. This is the base, right? So this is what we want to do. This is what we want to see. Preferably, we want to see step 1 and step 1, 2, and 3. We want to see this, right? And then we can apply 4, 5, and 6, right? But we need to see 1, 2, 3 happen first. All right, so we need to mark out our levels. We need to wait for a sweep of these levels, and then we need to see a break of structure in whatever direction, okay, as confirmation. And then once we see break of structure, now we can add on our extra tools, our extra confluences as more data collection, because this is all data collection and we use that data to make money. Okay, now that was our break of structure, but you can also use inverse fair value gaps as a break of structure, right? So let's add to this, or wait for inverse fair value gap on highest time frame up to the 15-minute. Okay, because like we went over last video, inverse fair value gaps can also be inverse fair value gaps can also be used as a break of structure, because this is indicating a shift in the opposite direction. So that's the strategy. We'll get into how to execute and how to actually go about this within the next video. But that's it for right now. See y'all later, man.